Every week I show you the GreenStalk planter, but I don't really go into much detail because it's hard to go into detail about everything when I'm doing a garden update. So this week I'm just going to show you a little more about the GreenStalk planter. As I mentioned before, we have lettuce up to the top. We have tomatoes in the second row. These are micro tomatoes. That's why I'm able to grow them in the GreenStalk planter. Most of them don't get much more than about a foot tall. And the Joe Callis here only gets about 8 inches tall. Then we have lettuce. We've already harvested some on the other side. See if I can show you. I like to cut the leaves off and then I start thinning the plants out. I have them real thick right now. They're ready to be cut again. That row of lettuce is called Marvel of Four Seasons. I like that one really well. The one up the top is called May Queen. I think that's my favorite of the ones that I've tried so far. Then down in the fourth row we have some tatsoi, some radishes. We've got, I believe that's cilantro. Yep, that's cilantro. We've got chives. And we've got some chichimasai. And then there's, between the chichimasai and the tatsoi, we've got another one with some parsley in it. There it is. And then on the very bottom row, we've got spinach. And we've been picking the leaves off that spinach, using them kind of like baby spinach you see in the grocery store on salads. And as you can see, this is a lot of leaves here. That would make quite a few salads. I really need to get that cut today before it warms up. It has a tendency to wilt as it warms up. And for those of you who have never gotten a good close-up look of at a GreenStalk planter before, you water them at the top, and then that center hole, it drains down into the lower levels, and each level has its own watering pan with tiny holes in it. You can see the holes, I think, around the edge. Each compartment has one hole that it drains into the compartment, and then each of these 6 compartments share the center space, so the roots will just naturally go to that center space where the water is. This is a good look at the Joe Callis. As I mentioned, it only gets to about 8 inches tall, and I've already picked a couple of those already, and it looks like there's 3 there that are getting close to being ready. Next to that one we have Vilma. It's getting tomatoes on it, lots of bloom, so it's going to be covered with fruit. And then next to that we have Laura number 5. This one is just loaded with tomatoes. You can see that bunch there. There's another bunch there. And then there's some on the other side, and as you can see, it's just covered with bloom, so it's going to be really loaded with tomatoes. The next tomato we have is called Siam, and as you can see, it's got lots of tomatoes on it, and some of them are decent size for a cherry type tomato. And then we've got another little branch of it coming straight up. It got so heavy with fruit it's kind of leaning down. Then next to the Siam we have a variety called Mohammed. It's about a foot tall and probably a foot wide. It's got quite a few little tomatoes starting on it. It was one of the later ones to set fruit. So the first one to set fruit was the Joe Callis, then the Siam, and the Laura number 5. Then Mohammed. Next to Mohammed we have, I think, can't remember what that one is. Let's get to the other side so we can see. Oh yeah, that's Monetka. I knew it started with an M. As you can see, it's getting quite a few tomatoes on it and lots of blooms too. The Monetka and the Mohammed and the Vilma set on later than the Siam. in the lower number 5 in the Joe Callos. But it kind of spreads the harvest a little farther that way, so it's a good thing. But I would say the most productive looks like it's going to be the lower number 5, and then all of them but the Joe Callos have a decent number of fruit on them. Joe Callos doesn't have very many tomatoes because it's not a very big plant. But anyway, that's a look at everything we have growing in the GreenStalk planter. And as soon as it starts getting hot and stays hot, we'll get rid of the lettuce, what's left of the lettuce, and we'll probably plant some beans in there. I'm not sure how long the micro tomatoes are gonna last, but once we get all of those harvested, I might plant some more micro tomatoes or something else, more beans maybe, I'm not sure. We've grown beans and beets and everything you see here, and a couple of other things. I think we've maybe a couple of herbs. I can't remember all the stuff we've grown, but as you can see, there's lots of different things you can grow in the GreenStalk planter. And that's a look at how it's doing so far. If you're just now finding this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.